something to do with that. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a bitch. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag.
Have an all-white rank. Couldn't hit if it had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shame. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never helped your mans, don't talk to me. You just follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Like in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love, cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt, it's a large. I don't care, I cross a ghost.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Z!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Play action. Garoppolo. Good one. Able to hold it in. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. He's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He's going to get it running right, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They come up in an offset eye. On third down, that's Patterson. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Cordero Patterson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And his kick is right through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. A good pickup there at 22.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On play action, now Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's 3rd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15.
21.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A tackle that time by Akella Witherspoon.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He gets it complete to Harris. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
11. Go ahead.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Goodwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this.
12. Hey, go.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go. I got you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Niners on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They run it with McKinnon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Steps away to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Mahomes now to throw. Buying time, and he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. Patrick Mahomes as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Going for the deep ball. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Go ahead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This one across the 45 before he's brought down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you cross country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So, following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. That one goes for 36 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's McKinnon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On second down, here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bruce Irvin in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Cardinals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Garoppolo now, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Go ahead.
They'll toss it to Breida. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He's going to float this one. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd quarter in Carson. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. Throw left side complete. That's good one. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there at 22. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And now running right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. The point after is good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Room to run past midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Lets it go for Nelson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Wait.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Will tie his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
White. 13.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That's to the right side. Complete to Kittle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that. I
think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with to give up that many points. Even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Cards, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.